check. We're going to check all the bases here. Check all the slides. There we go. Welcome. It is January 2nd, 2020. Feels like this year is going by so fast. Sound check 1, 2, 3. Screen check. Can you hear me and see the screen as well? And recording check. I'm just double checking that the recording is running, and it looks like it is. So we're good to go. Here we go. Risk warning. Remember, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all traders. Listen, the SMS and Telegram updates are going to get real. So make sure you're on the Telegram list. I'll show you that link in a moment. Today, we'll talk about the perfect trade. I'll tell you where to get the slides and the indicators. And we're talking about an automatic income trade because all of that starts today. Don't forget, you can email me at coaching@wrbooker.com. Holly is back to work today. She's going to print out all your questions and hand those to me every morning. It's going to be awesome. You can get on the Telegram channel at robbybooker.com/Telegram. Some of you said that you're having some difficulty getting on Telegram and using that. And I would always love to hear from you if you're having trouble with that. You can let me know right here today if you're having trouble with that. Or even better, you can send an email to coaching@WRBooker if you're having trouble getting on Telegram, and we will help you out. The SMS updates list is at robbybooker.com/SMS-coach, but it's less reliable. SMS just doesn't get out there as reliably. It sometimes gets delayed. Sometimes you'll get a reminder 20 minutes after I've sent it, but on Telegram, it will always arrive on time. And you can get the slides, which are brand new for January, at robbybooker.com/0120. This is an important update for you. The automatic income service launches Monday. Now, you've already received the first 2 reports. You can get the latest one at robbybooker.com/AI1217. I actually sent on Telegram Messenger a link to the other newest one as well. You do not need to buy this service. I have said this now so many times that if you have not already heard this, I can't believe it. And if you ask me if you need to buy it, I will patiently and lovingly tell you no. It costs $2,000. You should not buy it. You do not need to buy anything from me. You do not need to buy it. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you this, but I'm going to tell it to you a lot of times. So please do not buy this service. Don't even watch the videos for it. You're going to get 900 million emails about this, and it's going to make it sound like you need to buy it. If you call the number, they will take your money. Don't call the number. Don't go to the website. Don't follow the links. You don't need to put your credit card in. You're not going to get a refund either. They're going to give you a runaround if you buy it and then you ask for a refund. You're going to go through the whole queue of people because there's going to be 2,000 people that sign up for it, and you don't need to do that. So once again, it's my gift to you. You don't need to buy it. I'm going to teach everything to you. You're going to get all the reports, which are the most important element of it. And when we have some time, we'll dive into this as well. So please remember, you don't need to buy it. I want you to have it. And I love you very much. The videos in Rob Booker Coaching do not work. Okay. So, Gary, please email us at coaching@wrbooker.com and let me know what you mean when you say they don't work. We are here to help you, and we love you. Okay. Sue says, any instructions with the vid? Not yet. No, Sue. It's still such an early service that there are no instructions yet. But yeah, there will be. Okay, so Gary's posting a video from Vimeo, and he says that video doesn't work. Thank you so much for letting me know. Gary, all of that is so important. I can't actually highlight this link, so I'm going to try to screenshot that link that you just put on there, and I'm going to find out what's going on with that video. Okay, thanks, Gary. Okay. Morning, Rob. Greatly appreciate your time. Are the gift packs being sent? I don't know what stands for, so please let me know, Luke. I would love to hear what that is, and I would love to let you know what are in the pack, e.g., course documents. Should we consider longer expiry dates on trades or rollover of trades? Okay, I can answer the third question. Number three, no, you should not consider longer expiry dates. We just stop out of trades that aren't working. This is a really great question, Luke. We're just going to stop out of stuff that isn't working. We're not going to roll anything over. We're not going to give anything any patience. We're not going to give it time. We're not going to wait for stuff to work out. We're just going to close stuff that isn't working. Now, if it's the coaching box, I don't know what gift packs means, but yes, they're still being sent and they should arrive very soon. And it's just swag. It's t-shirt, it's cool stuff and stuff like that. All of the videos and things are always just going to be on the website because that's where everybody can get it. And I don't want anybody to not get a box and then wonder where everything is. William says, Happy New Year, Rod. Okay, just for the record, my name is Rob and I love you. Actually, William, my name is William. It really is, actually. My name is William. So I didn't know you knew that. I didn't know if you knew that. Let's move on to January 2nd, 2020. So the robot starts January 6th. On Monday, what we're going to do is we're going to put up a scheduling link if you want to schedule some time for setting up your robots. Now, please don't schedule time if you already have your robots set up. Don't schedule time to ask questions about the robots that you already set up. That will come. We'll do that also, but we first want to get everybody set up and ready to go. I'm in the process of getting mine all set up again. And then today we're going to talk about ONTX and others. And we're going to look at the currency market because now it's in January and we can start looking at those trades again. So I'm super excited to do that. And let's check out the questions just to make sure we're on the same page. Robots. Yeah, I'm so excited for the robots. I'm so much looking forward to that. All right, this is ONTX. I got to grab a brand new version of ONTX. So let's do that. ONTX. All right, so here's ONTX. It's not moving. It's not moving very much at all. You could see that yourself, right? It's kind of just stalling out here. It is at 40 cents, which is better than not being at 40 cents. It's better than it being at 26 cents. If it goes to 26 cents, I'm closing the trade. I will not keep this trade open as a loss. I will not keep this trade open if it becomes a giant loss. So let's see here if we can get this arrow working correctly, because if you have an arrow on your screen, price has to move to the place where the arrow is showing, which is not actually true. I just like to say it. And there we go. We got the arrow on the screen. And I'm going to grab this chart. And there we go. Save the image, copy it, bring it over here. Okay, ONTX better start moving in our favor. If it falls below 30 cents, I'm planning on closing this trade, and I don't want it anymore if that happens. Next on our list is RSX, because this is potentially a really great one. But look what's happening today. Not what I want. And I'm not going to be patient with this. This is one of those things where I've explained to you, I am not going to sit around and watch a trade kick me in the teeth and lose money on that trade while it kicks me in the teeth. I'm not going to let that happen. That's not going to happen. I don't want that to happen, and I'm not going to let that happen. So I am going to monitor this extremely closly. But this can have today. This can have all day today to bounce around. It's the second. There's not a lot of people working on Wall Street right now. In order for this to go back down again, it needs to jump up a little bit. It needs to bounce off of the weekly pivot that was, over here, and then it needs to come back down. I'm 100% okay if this wants to jump up a little bit and have a nice day of a victory lap or whatever it wants to have. But I am not going to be patient with this. And if this goes above $26, this is done. This thing is, I'm not going to be patient with it. I don't even care what the I don't even care what the loss is on RSX. Meaning if I have to lose money, I'm fine with that. All right. This trade is garbage if it moves above 26, and I would be thrilled to close it out and take the loss and then come back to it another time. But it's the second, so maybe no one is really paying attention or trading with intention. And tomorrow and Monday, it will just fall back down. That's what I think. And I'm perfectly happy for that to happen. Luke, I love you. I understand the now. Thank you so much. And I will send an alert if RSX goes into the garbage tank. Now, not only will I send an alert if that happens, I will send you an alert and I will let you know what I'm doing with ONTX. Okay, so I will definitely let you know about that. EWY, hearing that EWY Chuck is breaking down. Okay, South Korea is breaking down. That's not a surprise. It's not a full, perfect trade setup, but Korea is probably one of them on the list that can't survive up this high. Trade war with Japan, slowing world economy potentially. Korea stands to lose a lot if that's the case. Okay, thanks, Chuck. Okay, UVXY. Let's take a look at this because today it did the unthinkable. Piece of garbage. The SPY must be just killing it today at the start of the new year. Yeah, the SPY is just S&P 500 is just killing it. All right, so here it is. UVXY gets today. That's what it gets. It gets today. It gets to have a bad morning. I own the 17th of January $13 calls, and if the UVXY stays lower today, this is done. And I will close it out and I will get back in later on. Remember, I was anticipating that there was a chance that this would print a bullish profit circle soon. And so I took a little trade in anticipation. I'm okay losing $1,000 on this because I think this is going to be the $57,000 trade. If you think about what stands, think about what goes the craziest from here on out. Is Google going to double in price? No. Is Amazon going to triple in price? No. Is Apple going to quadruple in price? Yes, but it's going to take 20 years. The biggest trades come from the biggest shock, and the biggest shock is going to come when volatility hits the market finally. And when volatility hits the market, it's going to be crazy. So what I'm still waiting for is I'm waiting for a bullish profit circle. And until we get that, we really don't have a trade yet. And I took this trade, this $13 call, as a anticipatory move, but it moved down below 13, and it even moved down below $12.50. So this has 24 hours for me. It's fine if it wants to do what it's doing this morning. Remember, there's like 5 people working today on Wall Street. It's not like whatever's happening today is some kind of expression of massive confidence. It's just a thin day of trading, and it's fine. Whatever the market does is whatever the market does. The only reason I'm giving UVXY or the RSX any time is it's the holidays. Mark says the volatility instruments only seem to run up a few days. How do you decide when to sell a spike? So it's a 48-hour move, Mark. You got it exactly right. It's a 48-hour move. So here's what's going to happen. This is a great conversation. Here is exactly what's going to happen this time around. Eventually, this is going to jump up and it's going to print a bullish profit circle. And then for 48 hours, this is going to move up. And it's going to move up, and then it's going to pull back and scare us to death. And then it's going to have the really big move that makes the most amount of money. Now, at that stage, that 48-hour mark, What we can do is we can move our stop loss to break even, because there's potential that the next time that volatility spikes, that we're gonna have the reverse of contango. So this drops because of contango, which is usually there's a difference between the forward contract and the back end contracts, and sometimes those flip around, and that's why the UVXY just loses value all the time. But when the stock market starts to drop and volatility increases, the opposite effect takes place. It's just never happened with this instrument in so long that no one even knows what it looks like anymore. And so if we move our stop loss to break even, Mark, we have potential for this to go to 26, 30, $50. The UVXY could hit 50. And if the UVXY hits 50 and you've paid $1.30 for an option, and even if the delta's 50, that option's going to increase in price by like $25. You can imagine what that's going to feel like. So it doesn't even have to be a quick trailing stop. And if this prints a bullish profit circle and this thing happens, you're going to get, like, every 4 hours, you're going to get updates from me on Telegram. And if this is my $57,000 trade, that's basically my Cybertruck money that my wife doesn't know about. So we're going to throw a pretty big party if that happens. It is going to happen. It's 100% going to happen. It's just a matter, like we've said, of, like, I've jumped the gun. I'm going to close the trade if it's not working, and then we just have to be ready to get back in. There we go, UVXY. So this broke lower today, and I am giving it 24 hours to pop back upward. I am okay losing on this round and then getting back in when it prints a bullish profit circle. Here is what will happen. This will print a bullish profit circle and then move upward for about 49 hours. We may even move our stop to break even when we take that trade, and then try for more if things really get out of hand. And I don't think things are really going to get out of hand until like March. Like it is going to take some time, clearly, for this stuff to really work. Okay. We can look at Reed really quickly. It's not really doing anything today, so I'm going to take it off of the list. We don't need to look at it again. Everything we've already said about Reed is still valid. I do want very much to look at the currency market since it's the start of the new year, and we can do that. Sue says, how can you say the UVXY is 100% going to happen? And then someone says, how do you put a stop loss on an option in Thinkorswim? So it's if you bought the option, you can put a stop order to close, and that means it will only stop. The stop order will only open if that price is hit. But we won't need to do that. We'll do it all mentally, Tom. We actually won't even need to put it in the platform. We will just it'll be 48 hours where we're looking at the market once every 8 hours. So it's still not a lot of work. And if it continues to go up, we'll just hold it. And if it starts to move down, we'll just manually say, okay, we're done. So we don't even need to, but I'll do a little video about that so that when the time is right, you can also put a stop option in. Sue says, how can you say 100% the UVXY is going to happen? It's a great question. So here's the deal. Murphy's Law says whatever can happen will happen. And the stock market, we are now at the point officially where people don't think that the market can drop. We are now officially at a point in time where, and this has to happen, every single market crisis is preceded by this bullishness that borders on euphoria and stupidity. And we're there now. We're all the way in stupid land. There are a lot of people, including the President of the United States, and I may meet the President of the United States in the first 6 months of this year. I don't hate anyone, and we can leave politics out of this. But even the president of the United States doesn't really think the market should or can drop. And there is a point in time where the enthusiasm and the euphoria has reached such a level that it is not sustainable. And every 10 to 12 years, the market corrects. Now, maybe it takes 13 years this time around. Maybe I'm a year early on this, but there will be a bullish profit circle, and then there will be a 48-hour move. It will happen. The market has to correct. Now, it doesn't have to go into a bear market, but the market has to correct. It has to happen. It's impossible that there is a scenario in which the stock market never corrects. And any kind of correction, Sue, even a slight one, leads to a spike in volatility that gives us a really big return. If the stock market crashes, then we get a $57,000 trade. We get a trade where you put in $10,000 and you get $57,000, or you put in $100 and you get whatever 5.7 times $100 is, or you put in $1,000 and you get $5,700. So it's 100%. Even a slight market correction turns the volatility up and turns the trade profitable. It's just that people forget that even happens anymore. Marshall says, what exactly does a move to break even mean? So Marshall, let's say we get into a trade, we buy an option for $1.30, and then the position does really well, and the option is now worth $2. We can decide that we are going to go for $3, but if it drops back down to $1.30, we're going to close it out, and then we've lost nothing except for time, and that's break even. We break even on it. Juan Sebastian says, when you talk about 48 hours, are those trading hours or just 2 days? Those are 2 days. Those are 2 days. Johnny says, we are in stupid land regarding the strength of these market conditions. I'm on board at some point. Yeah, it could even take until March. So, but we'll be here for that. We'll get it. Mark says, can a crash cause a liquidity problem for VIX instruments so you can't get out? No, it's the opposite, Mark. This is a really good question. It's the opposite. So here's what's going to happen. We'll go back over to UVXY. So this is what's going to happen. So no one cares about it right now. So like right now, no one's buying this. That's why it's falling. Like something has to fall. Like in order for someone to want to buy it, you have to keep lowering the price. That's what's happening right now. No one's buying it, and so a market maker or computer, it just keeps the next buy trade comes lower and lower and lower because somebody's out there and they'll say, well, I'll buy 1,000 of them, but I'll buy 1,000 of them at $12.30, and then the price goes down to $12.30 because somebody finally buys it, and then no one buys it again, and then someone says, I'll buy 10,000 at $12, and so all of a sudden the price jumps to $12, but it dropped 30 cents, and someone says, whoa, 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 that's a super bargain. I want a bunch of them. And they go, well, I can't fill you at $12. I can fill you at $12.20. And all of a sudden it starts to jump up. What happens when the market crashes is everybody wants insurance. And they want it only after, they only want it when they know they need it. And so all of a sudden the market crashes and people really want it. And so the price of this, the market makers or the computer can just say, no, now it's $22. And people go, I'll pay it. And so, Mark, what we're doing at the time, by the time everybody is clamoring for insurance or jumping for the lifeboats, we've already got all the lifeboats. And so we're just handing those lifeboats off, and we're not having a liquidity problem. They're having the problem. They can't find anybody. They can't find anybody to sell it to them except for us. And so we have the opposite. So what we experience is the pain now. We experience the pain of being early or wrong or laughed at. And then what happens is with ONTX or with RSX or with UVXY, once it starts moving in our favor, the whole world goes, oh, I want some of that too. And then we easily get out of our trade. Alan has a really great plan. And Alan, I met a guy who makes all of his money doing what you do. Here's what Alan says. Rob, in one account, I have bought the UVXY underlying stock. And when this downdraft happens, I've been selling out of the money calls to continually lower my basis. Since this is over time a decaying asset, right now it is, until the stock market crashes, this is a decaying asset. This seems to be a no lose trade when the spike does come. This is totally rational. And it is, there is a guy I had breakfast with at First Watch in Mesa, Arizona, and he manages $30 million. And this is the one strategy that he uses. He is constantly selling out of the money calls to lower his cost basis. And then eventually, Alan, he stops, takes a loss on some of those calls, and then his UVX, because and his underlying position just starts to just go up in value. So you are you are on the right page. The trick is, when that profit circle prints, you stop selling those out of the money calls. You stop writing income trades on this at that point, and you let it go. The other way that he makes money, Alan, is when it does do that 48-hour spike, he takes a larger than usual put position. And that's probably where that guy's going to get crushed, is there's going to be a more than 48-hour run. And eventually, no one's ever seen this before. Eventually, this actually doesn't decay over time. In a stock market decline that is significant and persistent, this asset could continually increase in value over the course of even a month, and it will just crush the shorts. And we may even participate in some of that, although that's a little bit more difficult and not as likely for us to take part in. Okay, quickly want to run through the FX market because it's now the new year and we can start looking at this again. The Australian dollar, Canadian dollar printed a bearish profit circle, but no divergence. The Australian dollar, Swiss franc, the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. This could print a bearish profit circle, which would be kind of interesting. The Australian dollar, Japanese yen, I know you don't know this. Well, you probably do. Maybe you do. That sounded rude. I'm not going to say that again. The Australian dollar, Japanese yen will often move ahead of the market. So you'll see this moving down and the stock market moving up, and then the stock market will move down to meet this. So this is like the canary in the coal mine. It's kind of interesting. The Australian dollar, Japanese yen is the world's most correlated currency to the S&P 500. The Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, I'm long. Well, I want to be. I think this is a buy trade. Bullish divergence, bullish profit circle, missed pivots above. I love it. Australian dollar, US dollar, no comment. Canadian dollar, Schweizer Franken, no comment. Swiss yen. If that prints a bearish profit circle, we're probably headed down to this month's new pivot. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the pound. I just want to see if we have any British pound moves to the monthly pivot happening. Oh, there we have it. Okay, I'm going to give you a we're going to set up a trade here. Here we go. So the British pound, Australian dollar, if it moves above 1.8918, there you go. If it moves above 1.8918, it is going to 1.9026. That is a move to the monthly pivot. Pound Canadian, same kind of deal there. Pound Swiss, same kind of deal there. Pound yen, not as interested in the pound yen. It already reached up and touched the monthly pivot. Pound New Zealand, it wants to go up and touch the monthly pivot. And the pound dollar has already hit the monthly pivot. Let's see if we have any other possible trades here. No true perfect trade setups here, but it looks like we could have a few. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I hit the microphone. Coming, around the bend here or on the way. Yeah, the best trade right now is the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar buy trade. That's my favorite trade right now. We have an interest rate in, I think we might not have one in January for the Australian Reserve Bank, but we'll check on that tomorrow. So Harry's asking about the divergence lines. We're still working. Yeah, you did miss me addressing this. So I'm working on getting TradingView to release the indicator for free, and we've now hired a third programmer. So you'll get them. Okay, let's look at the Euro New Zealand. 2 monthly missed pivots. Yeah, let's buy the Euro New Zealand above that level, 69.40. Excuse me, 1.6740. I'm gonna publish this one. 1.6740. Buy trade. Up to the, weekly or monthly pivot. Love it. So we'll put this inside of our slides. Someone said, hey, where are all the trades? Where's the watch list for our trades? It's right in our slides, which is super awesome. So did my voice kind of come in and out because my face was moving in front of and away from the microphone? It's possible that it was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I do that sometimes. That happens. Okay, so let's close this out and go over here, and we'll print a Euro New Zealand trade. That's not what I wanted. We'll go back here and grab the Euro New Zealand. Where'd you go? There we are. Copy that image. There we go. Two missed monthly pivots above. We already had a perfect trade set up a while back with bullish divergence and bullish profit circles. So it's a buy at 1.6740, and we can target the monthly. Good morning. Happy New Year. Good morning. Happy New Year. Okay. There we go, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. And super excited for this new year. Love you all. Send those questions in. Holly will print them off for me. Bye for now. And ended meeting and ended the recording right here.